Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Samuel. So today is August 23, 2023. And I've been away from YouTube for so long. I think the last video I posted was like 2 years ago. And basically, I wanted to sort of give an update of what's going on with my life and how I'm dealing with like life in general, problems and everything, and how I'm trying to change myself in my life from this point forward. And honestly, it's so uncomfortable for me because English is not even my main language, but honestly, I got to the point where I don't give a shit anymore. Whether if I'm good or not, I'm just gonna say it, and I hope I can help somebody out there that's going through the same that I'm going through right now. All right. So basically, I'm gonna try to be as honest and as raw as possible and show you everything that I've been dealing with. And I wanna show you my flaws and the lessons I'm trying to take from everything and become a better human being and whatsoever. But yeah, so basically this channel, I opened this channel like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was training, I was doing my training and everything, and the last video I posted was 2 years ago, and the title was I will become a champion, or I will be a champion, something like this. And ever since that video, ever since I posted that like 2 years ago, I haven't trained, like actually trained consistently ever since. And my whole life changed. I started focusing on my work and on other stuff I needed to at the time. My mind was like tricking wasn't working for me anymore. I wasn't making any money, and everything was fucked in my life, you know what I'm saying? And I look back now and it's like, I'm trying to figure out my life, you know, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out if the decisions I made, they were right or they were wrong, and how I want to take my life from this point forward, so I don't make the same mistakes that I've done to this point. So just bear with me, all right, guys? Take your time, because it won't be easy, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? So, first things first, I just came out of a breakup, you know, and I was married with this woman, and we were almost on our 4th year of marriage. We were living together for like 2 years, and then we broke up, like sort of abruptly, not abruptly, quote unquote, but bottom line is we broke up and other stuff happened. I don't want to expose a lot of it, but basically I lost my wife, and it really put a toll on me, because I was always strong my whole life, you know. I always try to figure my shit out, and so many things happened. Like my mother passed like 2 years ago. I had a few jobs opportunities, and then times where I had opportunities and times where I lost these job opportunities, times where I was unemployed, and so many other things. And like a lot of things happened in my life, and then in the end I lost my wife too. We broke up and everything, and ever since all of these things happened, I'm really trying to look at myself and ask myself, like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right things in my life? Am I taking the right decisions? Am I taking the wrong decisions? What are my issues? Like, what were my flaws in the relationship, and even out of the relationship, like back in my normal routine, my job and my dream. Like, am I dreaming the right dream, or am I fucking myself up? Like, am I fucking myself up? Am I believing in an illusion? And am I gonna waste my time on some delusional bullshit, or isn't I on the right path? So, man, there's so many things to start off. But basically, to start, like I said, my marriage fell apart. And like, I'm still trying to figure out what really happened and why it ended the way it ended. And it's so hard for you to see somebody that you love go away like that. And it's such a painful way to see somebody just leave. And the person that made all the vows for you and everything is now gone, and he's not a part of your life anymore. And you keep wondering, like, what were your mistakes and what did you do wrong, and why God allows these things to happen, you know? And like, there's a whole lot of questions that we're probably never gonna get the answers for. But to see somebody that you loved to go like that in such a painful way, it's so hard. And it really takes a toll on you, because she was my world, you know? And we were having a bad time. We were not in a good way. There's so many things that actually I could mention and talk about, but this video would take like 4 hours. But bottom line is, I don't know what happened. Like, at a certain point in my life, everything started falling apart. Everything in the relationship, out of the relationship, emotionally, financially, and then I started getting sick. The truth is, I'm sick now. I'm actually sick. Like, I'm psychological sick. You know, I'm mentally ill. I have chronic anxiety and some other illnesses when it comes to psychological illnesses. And I've been trying to cope with it, but sometimes it's just hard. And then this person that was with me, she was my world, and even though we went through ups and downs, she was my strength to keep going. She was my strength to wake up and work and fight for my dreams. And like, the past years, I sort of stopped living my life to live her life. And then when it all ended, it's just like my world is broken and it's falling apart. It's like a building getting completely thrown off to the floor and completely, you know, shattered onto the floor, and then you see your whole world getting destroyed. So that's the first thing. So I'm so tired of living, you know? Like, I'm so tired of everything. I'm so tired of me. I'm tired of my life. I'm tired of my job. I was tired. I was actually tired of the relationship as well. But it wasn't because of her. It was because of the whole context of my life. And basically, I was tired of everything. And I couldn't deal with my own self. And I couldn't, therefore, deal with her or with her problems. Or I couldn't deal with anything anymore. Like, every day when I came out of my job, for those of you who don't know, right now I'm working as a delivery. I deliver food for people, on a bike, and I work like from 11 in the morning till all the way up to 11 p.m. or almost midnight, and I would do this every day, like from Sunday to Sunday, and I hate this job. Honestly, bottom line, I'm gonna be as raw and as honest with you. I hate this job. I'm thinking about quitting this job, and I'm actually committing to quit this job, but I'll start talking about it soon. So I would work like 12, 13 hours a day, every day, no life. I'm earning like a minimum wage shit, and it's basically awful, man. Like, you have no rights. You're under a whole lot of risk involved. I hit my bike on a car. I crashed my bike. Thank God nothing happened to me, but I crashed my bike and actually ended up losing my phone and everything. And overall, like, the whole job situation, it was awful and I hated it, and it took like more than half of my day. And every day before I got home, before I actually got home, I would quit. I would leave the job and I would go to a certain place in my town just so I could sit down and cry before I get home, because I was so tired and so drained from that bullshit that I would just, I wanted to stop somewhere to cry and cry my eyes out and cry all of my fucking, like, how am I gonna say it? I wanted to cry out all of my angrishness and all of my anxiety and all of my hate from that and hatred from that fucking job and that life that I was living and everything. And don't get me wrong, I know we have to be grateful for our jobs and we have to be grateful for our lives, because it's better to have a job than not to have one. But some jobs, they are not good for you. And sometimes it makes you feel like shit, it makes you sick. And you got to really start thinking about your future, because I don't want to be a 30-year-old guy, a 40-year-old guy, fucked up, depressed, and killing myself because everything fell apart in my life. All right? So let me just go back to what I was saying. So before I would get home, I would stop in a certain area of this town, of my town, my hometown, to cry. So I would just sit down and I would cry all by myself. I would put a song and listen to some motivational video or something. And then I would cry out everything, just so I wouldn't take all of my hate and all of the weight that it was from this job to my home. And I was trying so hard not to put all the weight on her. And that's why I would go out and cry by myself, because I wanted to come home at least a little bit light. So basically, every day when I came home, I was so tired that I didn't even have energy to talk to my spouse. And that thing just kept on going for months. We were fighting a lot. Like, she wanted me to give more attention, and I couldn't give attention to her. And I basically had no other choice, because I study a lot and I do like my university things. I study things out of marketing and stock market and digital marketing and a whole lot of things that I do. So I ended up not having enough time for her to watch a movie, to give attention. And so it was not being good for me and for her. So basically, I was unhappy all the time. I would come home always unsatisfied with my life, and she couldn't help me as well at home. I was sort of carrying all the weight of the relationship and the bills responsibility all by myself, and I was so tired of it, and I was so tired of everything, and my job wasn't paying me well, and it wasn't working out for me. So even though I loved her so much, it was not working out for us. And then she ended up we ended up finishing our relationship, and then she but she cheated on me. And there's a whole lot of things involved. Basically, I want to make this short. She cheated on me. And then we broke up, and then she just jumped into a new relationship, and I was here like falling apart, crying my eyes out, totally lost, and I didn't know what to do. And like, it's been almost a month now, and I'm still thinking, like I keep on thinking. I wake up every day and it's empty. Because we would sleep together every day for years now. And now I wake up and she's not here, and then when I go to sleep, she's not there. And it is painful. And there are other things involved, like I said. This job, I'm not gonna put the blame on my job because of my failed marriage, but I'm also not gonna say that my job was not one of the key factors that helped my relationship to fail, because basically what they wanted you to be is they want a slave that's gonna work for them 14, 15 hours a day from Sunday to Sunday with no benefits, and if you open your mouth to say anything, they're gonna kick you out and you're gonna put somewhere else in there. And basically, I was so fucked up with bills, her bills, my bills, and there were so many things happening that I actually had to work so much. So I ended up not having time for me, not having time for her, and then it took a toll on my body too. So after our split and after it broke up, I really started thinking about what I actually wanted. Because when you're married, you only think about your spouse most of the times, and you're not thinking about you. So actually, I started thinking about me a little more. So like, what are you gonna do from now on? Like, you're unhappy, you're sick, you hate your job, and it's not working out for me. You're 24 years old, you are completely depressed and sick, and you don't have your mother anymore. Your mother passed. And your dream didn't work the way you wanted to, because my dream didn't work the way I wanted to. And so you don't know what to do. And it's awful. It's awful. And you just keep thinking, like, what are you doing with your life, you know? Listen, when I started tricking, I wanted to be a professional athlete. And then as I got older, I realized that this was not going to be possible because there's no demand, there's not too many sponsors, there's not a whole lot of things that you can do. And also it's because I live in a third world country. If you don't know, I'm from Brazil. So it is impossible, at least at this very moment, for me to live off of a sport in this country especially. So I started doing other things. I started working on digital marketing, like I said. I started working as Uber. I went to college, but like I do like this, it's not college, it's like university, but it's online courses that I do. And I started studying stock market. I started trying to understand what it was and how I can invest my money and this and that. So I was trying to find ways to work through, okay, I want to get to this level where I want to train and do what I love, but I need money as well. And I don't want to work for somebody else, like from 9 to 5 and earn minimum wage job for the rest of my life. So it is a whole lot of things that you have to sort of make a structure to make this thing work for you. And it's one of the hardest things in the world, because the life I want sort of requires you to be a millionaire. So in my currency, I would have to be a fucking millionaire to actually live the life I want. And I'm not even talking about having Ferraris and Lambos and all this kind of shit. I'm talking about just traveling, you know, getting your passport, buying the ticket and go for the plane and go inside the plane and actually travel to the other country and then go back here and then travel again like once a month or something, go to the events. So just by doing these minor things, it requires you to actually have a good salary. And I had no specialization. I had nothing, man. I was just a dumb kid trying to follow a fucking impossible dream. And it's such, like, it's such an impossible feeling when you look at yourself and you say, hey, man, I'm so far away from my dream. And I pay a really high price to get to this level. And the more I pay for this price, the more I get there, but the more I kill myself inside, because I'm not living, I'm not traveling, I'm not hanging out with friends, because all I do is work, and study and work and save up money. So I don't have time for me. I don't have time to heal myself. And it's so hard. Like, the same thing that makes you closer to your dreams is the thing that is killing you inside. And so you keep asking yourself, like, am I doing the right thing or not? What in my life is going to be like when I'm 30, for instance? Am I going to be a failure? Or am I going to be a millionaire guy that has all the anxiety and depression in the world? Because, yeah, we need money, but what's the point of having all the money in the world if you're so, by the time you get there, you're so sick that you're not even going to enjoy it anymore? But at the same time, if you don't do that, you're never going to get there. So you see how hard and how impossible it is. Oh my God. So I've been trying to follow this dream ever since I was like 16 years old. And now I'm 24, and it's been like 8 years. So I don't know what is actually to enjoy life, because the past 8 years I've only been thinking about working and studying and working and studying and doing all the kind of things to make my dream come true. And now I'm depressed. I have chronic anxiety and a whole bunch of psychological problems because of this shit. And I'm still so far away from getting to where I want to get. And not just that, but like now I lost my wife too. And I don't know what to do. And not just that, but also I'm quitting my job. And I don't know what to do. So you actually get lost. You're lost. So this house, I lived with her for almost a year, and now, like, everything in this house reminds me of her, and I can't even stay in this house anymore. So I'm gonna have to give it back to the owner, and I don't even know where I'm gonna go. So I'm trying to start a new cycle in my life, but I'm so afraid. And there's something I want to share with you guys. After all of these things happened, and after my split and everything, I'm about to do something crazy. Like, I'm about to do the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. And I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I really thought about it. And I think that sometimes things happen for a reason. And after I started looking at my life and what I wanted to be, and if I wanted to keep following this path of working on a bike with minimum wage, living in a routine, sad as fuck, depressed, almost killing myself every day. So I really took time to think if this decision that I'm about to take right now was the right thing. And it's like I have confidence and slash scared shitless at the same time, because I don't know if it's gonna work out or not. But I'm putting my faith and my soul onto this shit. And I'm putting, like God, I'm actually putting this dream in God's hand, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey God, I've done my best. This is my decision, and I'm really putting this thing on your hand, and I hope you can take care of it. And this is the craziest thing that I have ever done in my life, and I cannot tell you exactly what that was for personal reasons, but it's something that I wanted to do for a long time. And now I decided that this is the right time to do it, and I really hope it works. Because this is like the only thing I have, you know. Listen, I don't want to live the rest of my life this way. I don't want to be depressed. I want to work on myself. I want to become better. I want to be so amazing. There's so many things in myself that I want to improve, you know. I want to take care of my health. I want to take care of my spiritual soul, you know what I'm saying? I want to take care of my emotions, and I don't want to let my emotions dominate me anymore. I want to dominate my emotions. I don't want to be explosive. I don't want to scream at nobody. I don't want to like sabotage myself with impulsive decisions. I don't want to look at me and put myself down every time. And I want to be somebody amazing. Because I'm so done. I'm so done with my life. Everything went to shit. From the time I moved back, so I was in a whole other town like last year. But then I moved back from this town like last year. It's almost like a year ago. It was almost a year ago, and everything from the moment I actually moved from that town, that things were working, they were not working out for me already. And then I came back here, and then things started working out even less than it was. And then the whole year was like this. It just started falling apart. Every single thing that could go wrong went wrong. And it's like, why? Why? I'm not trying to fucking steal or fucking rob people. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I'm trying to do everything right. And it's like God keeps throwing you a bunch of shit and rocks in your path. And like he keeps testing you and everything fails. And then you end up alone and you don't know what to do. So the reason why I am putting my life onto this project is because this is like one of the last things that I have faith on. And honestly, man, it is what's actually gonna make my dream come true. And not just one of them, but all of them. It's what's gonna make me happy. It's what's gonna make me feel like that life is worth living. It's what's gonna make me have friends, like take care of my health, my anxiety, my relationships, like businesses and everything, my tricking and everything that has to do with me as a person, and it will help me pursue my purpose of life. But this needs to work, and it's gonna take a little while. It's not gonna be something that I do this, I slap my fingers and then I snap my fingers and then boom, it happened. It doesn't work like that. It is a process, but it's a process that I'm trying to work with. And I'm about to quit my job now. So a whole lot of things are happening at the same time, and you get afraid. Like I said, you actually get confident and you get afraid at the same time because you think that things are not gonna work for you. But I believe that I have the capability and the capacity to do this because I know how hard I've been studying and how hard I've been working for it, how hard I've been sacrificing everything to make this dream come true, so then I can actually pursue this purpose. And that's why I'm here today. I'm just here to actually share with you guys my story, and that hopefully one day I can look back and I can say, hey, remember the time when you struggled? Remember the time when you were fucked up? Remember the time when you lost your relationship and everything went to shit and you got unemployed and everything happened? Now you're here. And I don't know if I'll ever say that, but it's my goal. And I'm just trying to understand life. My ex was the person I loved the most in my life. She was my first woman. She was the first person that actually I kissed and I had sex with. And many other things. And like the feeling of like, I feel like I wasn't enough. I feel like I failed a lot. It kills you inside. And the feeling of like, I'm not gonna have that person again. And I don't even think I'll ever be able to love again. The feeling of pain and I keep on mourning myself every day, and you keep on sobbing onto it. It's just painful. All I want, honestly, all I want from this point forward is to make my life work out for me. I want to leave. I want to get the hell out of this town. I want to get the hell out of this country. I want to start living, man, because I don't know what living is anymore. I want to go to tricking events. I want to get to know people. I want to connect with people. I want to get to know business people that can work with me. I want to connect with high-value people. I want to become better. Listen, man, in the future, I want to build a family. And if I ever have a kid, I want to be the best father in the world for my kid. But I got to fix myself first. And I don't know how long it's going to take. And if it's ever going to happen or not. But I'm here now. Listen, Instagram, YouTube, all these platforms, people are so fake. Because they only talk about the positive sides in their lives. They don't talk about the real shit. And the reason why I'm here is because I want to talk about the real shit. People, they hide who they are. They hide their flaws and their defects and all of their negative side. They hide. They only want to show the positive sides of themselves. And I value so much people that actually are raw and they show who they are, you know what I'm saying? They show their flaws, they show their mistakes, they show who the fuck they truly are and how much they need to be improved. And actually, I love when people do that because it shows that you're human and that you're not a robot. So that's why I'm here, guys. I don't give a shit about no one else's thoughts anymore about me. If people like me or don't like me, if they're gonna judge, if they're gonna laugh, if they're gonna make fun, honestly, I could give less than two shits about it. I don't give a shit. I'm doing this for me and for the people that are searching for something bigger in their lives too, and for people that are seeking to become their best versions of themselves. I'm with you guys. We're on the same boat. So yeah, all I want and all I'm praying for every day is for God to protect me. Please, God, protect me. Please, God, make this dream work. Please, God, make all of my time not be wasted. Please protect me. Please guide me through life. Please give me answers of what I should do and what I should not do. And please clear my path so I can actually get there and be happy and actually help people in this world. Because that's all I want. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to be a motherfucker to people. I don't want to be a piece of shit. I don't want to treat nobody else like shit. I don't want to be an arrogant motherfucker. I don't want none of this. I want to help the world. I want to help myself so I can help the world. Help people with depression, help people with anxiety, help people with financial education so they can have more opportunities, and actually help people in general, you know. So I only ask God every day to guide me through this journey and actually make it work, because I lost myself, you know. There was a point in my life where I completely lost my shit. I lost who I was. I lost my purpose. And I lost myself completely. And now there's no turning back. Now I suffer the consequences of my actions too. And in the end, I am by myself, alone, trying to figure out my life. Nobody can help it but me. The question I make myself every day is like, will I ever make it, you know? Will I ever make it? Is it a waste of time, or is it actually my dream come true? Will it happen one day? Will I actually get out of this country? Will I actually become a millionaire? Will I actually become happy doing what I want? Or is it just a complete joke and a complete waste of time? Did I just lose 8 years of my life? Did I just lose my whole life searching for something that's impossible? Or am I actually somebody that's gonna make the impossible become possible? I gave up everything for this dream. I gave up family, I gave up time, I gave up my own happiness, I gave up my whole soul to work for that shit. And it's painful. It's painful because you see how hard it is. But that thing makes me so happy. And for me, even though it's not going the way I want, still is worth fighting for, because it gave me the sense of purpose. It gave me the sense of, okay, I found myself through this thing. I am genuinely happy doing this thing. Most people, they cannot find who they are in life. And I'm so privileged. I'm so fucking privileged to have found who I was and who I actually am through this dream and through this sport that I do and other things that I do. And that's why I seek so much for that, because I know that I'll actually find my full potential in this area of my life. So that's why I'm still fighting for it. It could be all bullshit, it could be all an illusion in my head, but you know what, man? I'm still gonna try. Because I have nothing else to do. I have no other option. What is my other option? I'm gonna accept the life that the world gave me. I'm gonna be a guy living off of minimum wage with a 9-to-5 job forever. And I will live mourning and complaining and ranting about how fucked up and how much I hate my life for the rest of my life. Will I do this forever until I'm dead? It's not what I want. And I might be crazy for that, but it's not what I want, man. I just want God to guide me, like I said. And try to become independent. And if I broke up, I broke up, and I don't want to allow that thing to destroy me anymore, because I've been throwing up like the past month completely, and I have completely lost my mind ever since we broke up, and like these things happened. And I'm actually, like, she seems to be moving on so fast. And on the other hand, I'm here killing myself, you know? And the feeling of feeling discarded and abandoned, like nothing ever mattered to them and to her, is just painful. The feeling of feeling betrayed with the person that slept next to you is the worst. The feeling of looking at your life and saying, man, this person, she was the only person that gave me strength to continue. And this person betrays you. It turns all of your expectations to ashes. And it makes everything so much harder. So I don't know. But you know what, man? I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to jump into a rebound relationship or some bullshit like this. I'm going to work on me. And I hope this project works out. I hope I can make it out of this town. I hope I can be happy again. That's all I want. I want to be happy again. And I want to heal myself because I'm sick. I'm sick. And I don't want to be sick anymore. I want to be self-caring. I want to be a lovable person. I want to be happy. And I don't know what being happy feels like anymore. For everyone that's watching this, I just want to thank you so much for doing this. Taking your time to hear my story, and taking your time to listen to this boy ranting about his life. Thank you so much. And if I would give you an advice, it would be, don't give up on your happiness. People can hurt you, people can fail on you. Things can fail for you when it comes to job and things, but still, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on being happy. Don't give up on your dreams because life has gotten harsh on you and life's beating you up. There's something that makes you happy, you should go ahead and work for that. There's something that you want to do that actually gives you joy and a sense of purpose in your life. Don't don't give up. Even if it seems impossible, you can work through this. I believe. You can plan out, there are a million ways that you can go for this, and I'm sure you find it. You'll find your way. If you really put yourself and your heart and your mind into it, I'm sure you find it. And don't give up. You know, life is full of mediocre people, man. Everywhere you go, you see mediocre people everywhere you go. So don't be one more, you know what I'm saying? Don't be one of them. Be different. Be different. Make sure you are fighting a lot. Make sure you are going all in. Make sure you're not like everybody else. And you have a greater chance of getting where you want to get and achieving what you want to achieve. But yeah, guys, that's it. This is a little bit of my story. You know, there's actually a whole lot more that I could actually talk about, but I don't want to make this like a 2-hour video. I just want to let you know how I'm doing and how am I going to take my life from this point forward. And how and what I am going to do. How am I going to live? How am I going to perceive new things? And what are the expectations that I have, you know, and the perception that I have from the future. I'm so tired. It's actually 1 a.m. right now. I just came back from work. I can't even talk anymore because I'm so tired. I just want to go home and go to my bedroom and sleep. Have faith on me, guys. Please. And I'll have faith on you guys as well. Because I'm about to do the craziest thing I've ever done. And I really hope it works. Please, God, don't give up on me. Don't give up on me, please. I'm just a kid trying to make it happen. I love you guys, man. I love you guys so much. I cheer for you. And I really hope that you can do what you want to do. And I hope I can do what I want to do as well. And yeah. And I'm sorry about these dogs, by the way. They bark out of nowhere. They're crazy dogs. But yeah. I will update you guys as soon as I can to see how I'm doing, to tell you how I'm doing financially or spiritually, and how I've been dealing with the breakup. But everything will be fine. I know that. I will get over it, and I will become better. And that we'll get there, guys. I love you so much, man. Take care. Take care.